Hello friends, it's Kim Passable. Hi, it's hair day. Check it out. Oh my god. Okay, I'm here today with my friend Alan, who's amazing. Check it out. Oh my gosh. I will put links in the description to their Facebook and their YouTube channel and Instagram. And if you want your hair to look amazing, you can try and convince them to come and do services like this. I recorded like the entire couple of hours that we were chatting together, so I'm going to find something interesting that we talked about and just throw it together there. And when you're done watching that, you can go to their channel and stay tuned.
Yay!
Yay. Do you find yourself to be on the trans spectrum at all?
Yes.
Okay.
I feel, well, I say more queer, I think. Like, which is kind of on the spectrum of trans anyway. I don't feel I need to put myself in a box of I'm male or female. Like, I don't want to box myself in to saying, yes, I'm a trans woman, or no, I'm not trans. I'm going to put myself in this queer power box, you know, where it's like, I can walk into a room and I can use that sort of queer power to either, you know, use my masculine energy to attract whatever, or, you know, how do I want to explain this?
No, you don't have to explain it. I was just curious how you defined it. Mm-hmm. And I think that, you know, when you're talking about your own identity, you don't have to, and I don't even have to understand. Mm-hmm. You don't even have to have it figured out yet. Right. You could just tell me where you think you are. Like, you know, personally, I find myself most identifying with a binary transgender woman. Mm-hmm. And I enjoy that. And right. I have aspirations to move in that direction as much as possible. You know, right. There's obviously financial limitations, and I am a stable enough adult that I'm willing to be patient, whereas some people are like frantic. They have to have their transition happen now, and they're willing to do anything for it, whereas, like, you know, there's trade-offs with everything. You know, a big thrust of my channel is right. transgender, and so, you know, seeing as how I met you as Cookie, and I you know, saw you in drag a lot more before I really met you out of drag, and so for me, there's a lot of feminine persona that I know to be you, right. But with people who do drag, for some people, you know, it's their outlet and their opportunity to use part of their persona that's they feel is their identity, and in other people it's just a character that they enjoy playing, right. But it really, they don't identify as that at all. It's just acting. And so,
well, and you know, I think it's a little bit of that with me, honestly. It's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, because when I first started doing Cookie, I did it as a character. Like, she was a character. She was a catalyst for me to be able to do comedy and do stand-up without being afraid. And then she became so much of my life that I lost Alan. You know, she became a way for me to hide the drugs and to hide my problems, that then all of a sudden she became the problem. And it sounds weird talking about it as two different people, but
not really.
It really is, though, and you have this major identity crisis. I feel that a lot of drag queens do that don't talk about it, because suddenly you're living two lives. And in my case, I was living three. You know, I was living the sober me, the high me, and then Cookie. And you just lose yourself in all of that, you know?
I can relate on the level of, at a young age, I realized that people wouldn't accept me as who I was, and so I developed you know, my best passing male persona, and I worked on it, you know, all the time for my whole life till I had lost myself.
Right.
And I even believed that character was me.
And you knew it wasn't, but
I knew deep down, but I was not willing to ever tell anyone because it was protection.
Right.
It was my armor. Yes, absolutely. Because
and then also when people start calling out your armor, also,
ooh,
and like,
I didn't like
when they
that.
want to judge your drag and everything, it's like, why do I have to wear breasts to be a drag queen? Why, especially in today's day and age, why do I have to conform to your ideas of what a drag queen should be? What if I don't want to wear hair all the time? I want to wear my shaved head. I want to be flat-chested. I want to have the qualities of male and female and be very androgynous sometimes when I do my drag. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I think, it extends to beyond drag. Is like someone might say, well, you look like a man. Like, really? What does a woman look like?
Right.
Like, what part of feminine am I not performing well enough to your needs?
Right. Exactly.
Last I checked, I'm not beholden to your viewpoints, and you could pick any part of me, outward presentation of me, and I could find you 3 attractive women who were cis-born women who have characteristics that very closely match that. My hairline or my chin or my jawbone or whatever, And
it's like you build a thick skin real quick when you do drag. And even just being gay in general.
Well, yeah.
And, it's really sad is that a lot of the pushback and a lot of the judgment comes from the gay community.
From the gay community, yeah.
And that's so sad.
I was shocked when I started presenting as female and I got judgments from gay. I just assumed that everyone in the LGBTQ spectrum were all buddy-buddy friends and everybody was nice.
Nope.
I was so shocked. I don't know why I thought that. But, yeah, it can be very judgmental.
And then it's like they don't, like, a lot of people don't even see it that are in the community. It's like, how can you not see it? Like, it's so much a part of who we are now as a group. Like, it's not even like we're LGBT. It's like there's gay and then there's everybody else.
Can be.
And it's not even gay. It's like gay white men who live in Shadyside.
Well, but see, the thing of it is it can be that way, but that's not the only way that it is. Because I know that if that was all I ever found, I probably would have not transitioned. Mm-hmm. But I did find a loving community that was accepting and supportive, but it took a little bit of work. And there was a bunch of bumps along the way, where people who there was even other trans women it was like, oh, well, you're new and you're not up to our standard and we don't want to be seen with you because you're clearly trans and we are clearly
feminine, like women.
Women, yeah, right. We don't want you around making people look too hard and trying to judge our stealth, And I was like, are you fucking serious? But yep, it gets that way. But I don't know. I try to learn lessons from. I didn't like how it felt when people treated me that way, and now I have a little bit more. People show me a little more respect, but when I see people who are maybe where I used to be, I try to have a lot more compassion.
I know you've taught me a lot, just because you're so willing to talk about it, and a lot of people are not willing to talk about their transition and how they got to this point in their lives. So you've taught me a lot in that respect of just I have a lot more respect for people who transition than I ever have before. That's just in general, just from hearing your experiences and other stories, but then also my own experiences of presenting myself to the world as I see myself. And some days that person is very masculine, some days that person is feminine, and I'll carry a purse, and I will have my nails painted, and I just don't care who has anything to say about it, because you know what? It's my life.
I think it's beautiful when people are empowered to just be themselves. To boldly just be who they are.
Yeah, I'm not going to put myself in anybody's box, because I don't need to be a part of the box. I guess I shouldn't be down talking like that, because
Well, yeah. And at the end of the day, I go home and I lay down in my bed with myself.
Right.
And I'm the one who has to go home with me.
And I'm the one who has to be proud of what I did that day. I'm the one who has to know that I took care of myself. It's like I say in my videos, you have to trust yourself that you're going to take care of you. You know, and I didn't trust myself for the longest time to take care of me. No. And
no, you weren't doing a very good job.
I relied on so many other people, and I relied on the drugs, and I finally can tell myself, it's okay, you got this, you'll figure it out, you know?
Yeah.
And that's a good feeling.
It is. It's good to hear that you're getting somewhere without that. You have to have a headspace that has hope.
You know, and when I was high, I was considering maybe I am fully a trans woman, but really what I was trying to do was hide and run away from the fact that I was doing drugs. And I was like, if I just changed my entire identity, I could leave this world, you know?
Yeah.
And then it was like, well, maybe I just need to move. And again, it's that searching for satisfaction that's never going to be there.
Yeah. Yeah, the geographic change is a common attempt.
But you know what group is the easiest group to find whenever you're in a new city? It's a party group.
Yeah, darn right. They're easiest to fit into because you know exactly what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so nice now traveling and not having to find like a drug dealer the first thing I get there, and it's like I can actually go and enjoy the cities.
Wherever you go, there you are. I love being a woman, and I love getting all dressed up and doing my makeup and wearing something really, really flashy, you know, that most women would feel uncomfortable because it'll get looks and stuff like that.
Oh, I want to be seen. When I'm going out, though, I want to be seen.
Right?
You know?
I love being able to do that and not being afraid that people are looking, you know, and giving and going boldly, you know, and just being like, yes, I look really good. And if you don't think I do, I really don't care because I know I do.
I feel good and I look good, and this is my life.
Yeah.
This is my aesthetic.
What a wonderful life I've been able to live now.
And you know, and it comes like down to the whole concept of art and aesthetics. And I took, when I was in grad school for my master's in writing, I had to take a whole class on aesthetics. And this whole class, this whole 9-week course, came down to one point and one point only. Not everybody is going to call it art. Not everybody is going to like it. Not everybody is going to want to see it. But there is always somebody out there who will love and appreciate what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because aesthetics are personal. You know, what I find aesthetically pleasing isn't always what somebody else is going to find aesthetically pleasing.
If everybody likes it, then no one's really looked at it yet.
Right.
If you don't have haters, then no one's watching.
Right.
They don't bother me too much, though, because I have a pretty good snapback. I learned that from drag.
Right.
You know, I was very reserved when I was new. I'm sure you remember. I was
too. I was really not. I was so
timid.
I was just the girl that said yes and never questioned it or never wanted to cause waves. And I really didn't either. I feel like I left on a pretty good note. I was nice to everybody. I tried to be nice to everybody. I tried to book everybody that I could. I tried to give people shots that didn't get them very often.
Yeah.
And
within
I
reason. I mean, you can't do everything.
Yeah, I pissed some people off, but
well, you're a terrible person. What can you do?
I know. I can't help that. If you don't like me, you don't like me.
I mean, Cookie's just a bitch.
She's not a bitch. She's just painted that way. I like to be seen. You know?
It's a blast.
But even as a boy sometimes, I don't mind, I would totally wear a pair of jeans, heels, you know, put on an eye or put on a lip and walk out of the house. I'm okay and comfortable with myself saying that, yes, I'm a man, but here I am with some fucking makeup on my face and a pair of heels on.
I love a good-looking man with the eyeliner.
Oh, guy liner is the best. We need to bring that back. Bring back the guy liner.
Yeah.